Hi, um, in this question we are asked to simplify expressions using the law of indices. The main rule we will be using here is the power of a power law. I have shown it here as well. That is, when a power is raised to another power, we multiply the indices and we get this as a result. So the different expressions given in here, as we can see that their powers are raised to another power, so we will be implying this power of a power law and see what result we get after simplifying them. Let's just take a start. In here we have x squared raised to the power of 2. So we multiply the indices, so it will be x will be as it is 2 multiplied by 2, so it will become x raised to the power of 4. The next one is x squared raised to the power of 3. So again we multiply the indices, so it will be 2 multiplied by 3. 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6, so it will be x raised to the power of 6. So this is the answer. Third one, x squared raised to the power of 6. So the indices are multiplied. We get 2 multiplied by 6 is equal to 12. So x raised to the power of 12. Then we have y cube raised to the power of 2. So again, the powers or indices are multiplied. We get 3 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 6. So we get the answer as y raised to the power of 6. Next we have 2x squared raised to the power of 5. So the power 5 applies to both the coefficient and the variable. Therefore, we will write it as 2 raised to the power of 5 multiplied by x. In here again we will be implying this power of a power law. So 2 gets multiplied with 5. The power of 2 or the index 2 gets multiplied with index 5. So 2 multiplied by 5 is equal to 10, and 2 multiplied 5 times we will get 32. So the final answer would be 32x raised to the power of 10. Next we have f expression 3x squared y squared whole square. So again the square applies to the coefficient and the variables both. So it will become 3 square. X, again we apply power of a power law. So when a power is raised to a power, the indices are multiplied. So 2 multiplied by 2 gets 4. In here y also had the power of 2, so 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4, and 3 squared is equal to 9. So the final simplified expression we get is 9x raised to the power of 4, y raised to the power of 4. Then we have x raised to the power of 4, then raised to the power of 0. So any non-zero expression raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Therefore the answer would be 1. In here I have solved it as well, but this is a rule also. So 4 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0, because in here the powers or the indices are multiplied. So anything multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. So any value raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Next we have 5x squared whole raised to the power of 3. So this 3 is belongs to or is applied to the coefficient and the variable both. And in here 5 cube would become 125, and x squared, again we apply the power of power law. So 2 multiplied by 3, it means 6, so it will become 125 x raised to the power of 6. In here it is the same. We do not have any coefficient but two variables. Both have the power of or index of 2, and it is again raised to another power, that is 3. So what do we do for each variable? The power of a power rule is applied. The indices are multiplied. So 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6, and 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6. So we get x raised to the power of 6 and y raised to the power of 6. Next is also the same, x square y raised to the power of 4 whole raised to the power of 5. So the power of power rule is applied. We multiply the indices. So 2 multiplied by 5 and 4 multiplied by 5. This way we get x raised to the power of 10 and y raised to the power of 20. Again in here it is the same, x has the power of 1, y raised to the power of 4, and this whole xy raised to the power of 4 is raised to the power of 3. So applying power of power rule, we multiply the indices. 1 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 and 4 multiplied by 3 is equal to 12. So we get x cube y 12. Next we have 4x y square whole raised to the power of 2. So this power 2 applies to 4, which is the coefficient, and the 2 variable xy as well. So this way 4 square is equal to 16, and again applying the power rule, power of power rule, the indices are multiplied. So 1 multiplied by 2 is equal to 2, and for y2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. So we get 16x square y4 as the final answer. Then we have 3x square whole raised to the power of 4. So this 4 applies to the coefficient and the variable. 3 raised to the power of 4 is equal to 81, and x, again the indices are multiplied. 2 multiplied by 4 is equal to 8, so we get 81 x raised to the power of 8 as the final answer. X y raised to the power of 6, and then whole raised to the power of 4. So the power of power rule applied, we will multiply the indices. The power of x is 1, so 1 multiplied by 4 is equal to 4, and y has the power of 6, so 6 multiplied by 4 is equal to 24. So we get x raised to the power of 4, y raised to the power of 24. Then we have a fraction form. So in here x square over y and whole raised to the power of 0. This is very much important. So again, as we have mentioned of the rule that any value raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1, I have in here solved how we get the answer 1. So be it the value in numerator or the denominator, this power applies to both. So it means the power of power rule, when applied, the indices are multiplied. So 2 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. The power of y is 1, so 1 multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. In here, this is also equal to 1, this is also equal to 1. So 1 over 1, they cancel each other, we get 1. Or we can say 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1, 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. So the final answer we get is equal to 1. So this is all about this. The rules that we have to consider, that when a power is raised to another power, we multiply the indices, and that is the main power of power rule that we implemented in all the expressions. That's all with this question and its simplification. See you in the next video with yet another exciting question to solve. Happy learning!